You're recording with your other sibling today, since I don't sound like myself. This is our third sibling.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Well, it doesn't sound like me because I have laryngitis. And so if people were confused, now I just confused them more. Saying that we have another sibling. I don't know what's happening. Where am I? I'm just trying to say my voice is different today.
Good morning, Suzanne, my only sibling.
Hi. Hi, Jay.
How are you today?
I'm better than I sound. I feel fine. But I do have laryngitis.
What is laryngitis?
It's really just a I don't know. I was going to say something like I knew. Something about your vocal cords.
It's Should like we change fibronostalgia to
fibrogitis? No, wait.
Nostalgitis? No. You've got nostalgitis?
No, and actually people are loving the fibronostalgia in the comments, which, first of all, thank you for leaving comments. No, not comments. Reviews and more ratings. If you haven't done that yet, please follow the show. Rate us all of the stars. Mom, we're not talking to you. And thank you for
no
some of your reviews
in our stars.
Okay, John Green. Yeah, they love the fibronostalgia.
I mean, who doesn't?
Which I know. Who doesn't?
Millions suffer every week.
Yeah, millions suffer from missing the 90s. I suffer from missing the 90s.
Can we start with my wait what?
Well, are we starting? Yeah. So we decided to do away with on this day.
Don't strain yourself. Holy cow. Your voice is writing checks that your vocal cords can't cash. Hot shot.
I know. My vocal cords are depleted. Balance
I'm going to have to carry this
0.
episode. And it's just like every episode. I'm carrying the episode. There's one set of footprints because I'm carrying the episode.
Okay. I was like, don't carry me.
No, this episode, like I'm literally, Suzanne, putting this episode on my back. And
you're carrying it on your back?
What do I carry it on my front, like in a baby Bjorn?
Yeah, when Jesus carried us, I don't picture us on Jesus's back.
What kind of backpack did he have?
Like a burlap sack. But I don't think he was like, come on, hop on for a piggyback ride. Jesus was like, come on, hop on.
You're going to get some hop-ons. You're going to get some hop-ons.
Jesus got some hop-ons. I think he was like cradling us like a baby.
I will cradle this episode like a baby in my arms.
Okay, good.
You can count on. That's what I bring to the pod today.
Carrying it like a baby?
I will carry it like a baby over the finish line.
Okay, good.
Because someone else, my partner, is not.
Don't call me your partner. That's gross. Okay.
Well, you are my podcast partner. Not every partner, like partners in business, they're not like, ew.
I would be. If we were in business together, which we kind of are, if someone says your business partner, I'll say, ew, it's my brother. He has nothing else. He is just my brother.
He's
my business brother.
And this podcast has netted us a penny.
Yeah. Also, you're my podcast brother, you're my business brother, and you're my life brother.
Well, that's cringe.
Yeah, that sounds even creepier than partner.
This is my life brother.
Yeah, I gotta workshop that. I gotta take that back. Okay, well, let's start with fibronostalgia, since that is the that's a fan favorite.
It is a fan favorite, and our fans are numerous, and they always reach out to us and say how much they love Fibro Nostalgia. And you know what, Suzanne? You got to give the people what they want.
You do.
The many people who are listening. If you're not listening to this podcast, we suggest that you do so.
Well, okay. I'm not even going to go. I don't have the voice to tear that apart, but if I did, I would.
This is where I can actually land all my rhetorical blows against you.
I know.
You're one pathetic loser. No offense.
I'm rendered voiceless.
You give voice to the voice. I give voice to the voiceless in this podcast.
You do, and I don't like it. My hands are tied. My vocal cords are tied.
I've been doing vocal exercises to get ready for the podcast.
Now you're just rubbing it in.
What are those sounds that you're making?
Those are laughs.
After the pod, I'm going to use my voice like very loudly. I'm going to flaunt my voice.
You are right now. You're flaunting it, and I don't like it. But thank you. Also,
if you got it, you got to flaunt it. Isn't that what the saying?
If you got it, flaunt it.
Yeah. That's
What did you say? If you got it, you got to flaunt it. You made it dorky.
It's a bit wordy.
It is a bit wordy.
You could clean that up.
What's your Fibro Nostalgia?
Wayne's World, party time, excellent.
Okay, I like it. And I liked it so much that I did reference it a few weeks ago.
Yeah, but not as the Fibro Nostalgia. You didn't reference it as the Fibro Nostalgia. And the reason I chose Wayne's World is because, to our listeners, I've had a bit of a week. I've had some personal things. I got hit in the head with a rock.
Yeah, hold on. We need to stop there for just a second. This is just a little behind the scenes, some BTS for you, but we had to change our podcast recording day, and I had to I emailed our lovely editor Laura, and as I'm typing out the sentence, I just pause to myself and I say, what kind of life does my brother live? Because the sentence goes, Laura, we have to record Thursday instead of Wednesday. Jay got hit in the head with a rock. And I'm like, huh. Like, it's so weird because, like, in your circles, that's not a weird thing. Like, there probably wouldn't even be follow-up questions. Like, people will be like, oh, yeah, are you okay? But not like, what the hell? How did that happen? Like, in your circles, this happens. But, like, in normal adult circles, like, I don't go through my day wondering if I'm going to get hit in the head with a rock today.
I mean, I should have been wearing a helmet. My helmet was in my backpack. I didn't put the helmet on yet, and I got hit in the head with a rock while we were out at one of our climbing areas. But I would say that I feel the same way, Suzanne, when you're like, I got a new bath mat today.
Well, I didn't get a new bath mat today.
And I'm like, why? I would never say that. What a weird life that she gets bath mats and whatnot.
And what have you. Yeah, I do love bath mats. And they're softer than rocks. And like, I don't wear, like, I don't know. Just this idea that you're like, no, well, I wasn't wearing my helmet. And it's like also the fact that you probably wear a helmet every day is funny to me. It's just
it's a good reminder that I should wear my helmet more often. But I'm fine. I had a concussion. I was supposed to stay away from screens for 24, 48 hours, something like that. So I wasn't able to record yesterday. And when I was talking to Suzanne to explain the situation, we were discussing the possibility of Suzanne doing the pod by herself. And I made the comment that it would be like when Garth was on Wayne's World by himself, and he was just like,
He was so scared. That would have been me. I'd have been
Right,
like,
exactly. That would have been
oh,
you doing the podcast without me, without Wayne to your
wait a
Garth.
second. Okay, hold on. Fine. For this situation, I'll accept that you're Wayne just right for this.
I think in general, I'm Wayne, and in general, you're Garth. You kind of look like Garth.
What?
You do.
What?
You got the
What is?
hair. You got Garth hair.
I don't. Now people who don't see me on YouTube are gonna think that I look like Garth. I don't look like Garth. For the record, I don't.
I think, well, listeners, will you make a comment
No.
and tell us which one of us is Wayne and which one of us is Garth? Because I think I'm Wayne. I really do. Hi, Wayne.
Hi, Wayne.
I don't even own a gun, let alone many guns that would necessitate an entire rack.
You know, it's just really sad.
People just do it because they're getting paid.
And that's just really sad.
Here,
Little.
take 2 of these. Little, yellow,
Yellow,
different.
Okay. So that's yours, Wayne's World. Mine one
It's
day was
two-parter.
gonna be Schwing. Oh, what is this 2-part nostalgia?
Number 1, Wayne's World. Number 2, I'm Wayne, you're Garth.
Okay, I accept number 1. I do not accept number 2.
Yes, I like what you've done here.
I like what you've done here. I do not like this part.
Wait, do all of our what? Do all of our listeners know what Wayne's World is? Do we need to backtrack and explain it?
No, we do not. Because if
Okay.
they don't know what Wayne's World is,
Just shut off the cassette tape.
they're not welcome to listen.
Yes.
Kindly leave.
Kindly leave. Hillbilly.
Okay, well, that was a good one. So good that I thought of it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, but
Also-
you didn't officially use it as your fibro nostalgia.
No, I was going to use a better one. It was going to be Schwing. That is like a good Schwing. I can't say it. I did lift up though.
That was so disturbing.
Sad.
It was sad. It was this combination of sad and disturbing.
It's my life. Okay, mine. I was going to do colon blow. But
we watched that this morning.
I mean, it's like you can have 48 bowls of Raisin Bran or 1 bowl of colon blow.
No.
Yeah.
That's not the construction. The construction is you would need to eat 200 bowls of
200
of Raisin Bran in order to equal the fiber in 1 bowl of colon blow. And then there was super colon blow where you would have to eat 2 million bowls of your regular cereal.
Oh my God, that's funny. And it was Phil Hartman, and then he's sitting on it, and then the cereal bowls go up and he goes up. So funny.
And the picture of the bowl is like like corn husks and and sticks in the bowl.
So funny. I love colon blow. The video, not the cereal.
We would sponsor this pod. We would accept a colon blow sponsorship.
Yeah, we would. Let's make a colon blow ad for brand new information. Let's do it.
Yeah, we make ads for fake products. That's why we've made 1 cent.
Wait, we're gonna do it. Let's do it.
How do we split the 1 cent? Do we each get a hay penny?
Okay. But that was in 1989. So that didn't count.
Oh, no, disqualified.
I know. Yeah, that's why.
Why'd we talk about it?
Well, because I said that it was going to be.
Yeah, snuck it in. Yeah.
I snuck it in. So, no, my actual fiber nostalgia is New Kids on the Block.
NKOTB.
Wow. You were right on that one. Okay. Can you name the members of New Kids on the Block?
Well, there's N, and there's K, and there's
Okay.
O,
That's
and there's T, and there's B. Just like TLC was named after them. It was an acronym. So it was,
okay.
yeah, no,
So
I
that's a
can't.
no.
No, I can't. No,
Okay.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Can you name any of them?
Justin Timberlake.
No, that was In Sync. New Kids on the Block was
Oh, wait,
one
don't
of
tell
the
me.
first. Okay.
Fine Young Cannibals.
No. Oh my God. FYC. No. You can't name any of them?
Mark Wahlberg.
Yes. No.
Danny Wahlberg.
No. Actually, no. I said yes because I'm looking I'm looking at this right now and it has Mark Wahlberg as a member of New Kids on the Block.
But
No,
what was
he
he a member
wasn't.
of?
He was Good Vibrations. What is that?
Beach
Marky
Boys.
Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Oh,
No. So he must have provided vocals for New Kids on the Block, but he wasn't an actual member. So not Mark Wahlberg, but
Danny Wahlberg.
no, close.
Ben Stiller.
Wow. No, Donnie Wahlberg.
Donnie
Yeah.
Wahlberg.
Yeah, Ben Stiller was part of New Kids on the Block. What is going on? No, so it was Jonathan Knight, Donnie Wahlberg, Jordan Knight, who was my favorite, Joey McIntyre, and Danny Wood, who literally no one liked or knew about. He was like
He's
the
the
one
Ringo.
that was
He was the Ringo.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like, who? They were my first concert. Dad and I went. He took me. I was in 6th grade.
Hold on. Back up. Pause. Time out.
Got it.
I thought Richard Marx was our first concert.
I wonder. I think you might be right. I think Richard Marx at Alpine Valley was the first concert.
Yeah, and Dad took us, and it was
Are you
early.
paused?
It was early on. I think you went to New Kids on the Block after Richard Marx.
Yeah, I think it was New Kids, but you didn't come to New Kids on the Block.
No, I was cool.
I mean, were you? That's up for debate. Yeah, and they were my first. Jordan Knight was like my first crush that I literally thought like I had his poster. He was very pretty, like he was the shiny one. And I remember literally thinking, I think that we're going to fall in love. Like, I thought it was a possibility. Looking back, I know how sad that is.
It's just really sad.
It is. But I really thought, I was like, I think it's going to happen for us. And I'm really excited about it. And I'll prepare. I will get ready. And then I had to figure out, like, well, how am I going to meet Jordan Knight, the member of the best boy band in the world? And I thought, you know what? I think their tour bus is going to break down in front of our house. And so I had this all played out. And I would, it was like a foregone conclusion, like, obviously. And each day that went by, that Jordan Knight did not show up on my doorstep, I'm not going to lie. I went deeper and deeper down into a little dark hole. A little dark 12-year-old hole.
So anyway, that's just really sad, Suzanne. It's just like,
while you were playing with your remote control cars,
yeah,
that's what I was daydreaming about.
Yeah, who was cooler?
Well,
Me.
yeah. I think we were both losers.
I'm trying to think if I had that feeling toward anyone, like Alyssa Milano
on Who's the Boss?
On Who's the Boss?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't I didn't conjure a scenario where her car would break down and I'd be there.
Well, I think it's really hard to like lust over someone and have such a crush on someone and know that it's just never going to happen.
I've
So
never experienced that. I've always been the crushee.
yeah, but even your Alyssa Milano crush,
Yeah.
how could you be like, yeah, but it's never going to happen? So then I would be like, no, I think it actually will happen. And it never did.
I'm so sorry. This went to a dark place. I'm
I
sorry that
know.
he was older than you.
Yeah, it would have been illegal. I mean, it would have been a horrible idea. He would have gotten into jail. He would have gone to jail.
Gotten into jail.
He would have finally gotten into jail. Yeah, he's much older. How old is he now?
Were they the
Knight.
first boy band?
I mean, there was Belle Biv DeVoe.
Belle Biv DeVoe, but that's 80s.
There was Menudo. Yeah, that's what I mean. So New Kids on the Block came later, but they were the first. I think they were the first heartthrobby boy band. Hold on, let's see how old he is now. And then they did get back together. They tour, they go on cruises. Yeah, he's 52 now.
Oh, so he's only 2 years older than you.
What? I'm not 50. What? What just happened? He's 10 years older than I am. I'm 42.
But still, you're not young.
You're older than I am. Okay, so wait, what? This is our new segment. This is just going to be anything random that we see on the internet during the week.
I saw something this morning on the internet.
Okay, well, you could be last minute like Jay. I saw something this morning too that makes you stop and think, wait, what?
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Wait, what? Okay.
Wait. What?
I was doom scrolling as I normally do right when I wake up in the morning, and I saw
You hold on. You do doom scroll with one eye open and your head's still on the pillow and you're like this and you're just doom scrolling like that.
I see better with one eye. I can read better with one eye. It's weird.
Yeah, if you're still laying down in bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's an article from the dailymail.com.
I love the Daily Mail.
You do?
Yeah.
Dated October 12th. And the title is Why Nobody, all caps, nobody, should be using the thumbs up emoji in 2022. And that and the 10 symbols only, quote, old people use that have Gen Z rolling their eyes.
Oh, no. I bet one of them's this one.
How about the sweaty, cringy emoji?
Yeah.
That's it's a really confusing one. I don't understand what
when
it
the
means.
mouth is just a little squiggle. It's
Yeah. So because this is high-minded journalism, there are bullet points to summarize the article. And
that's why I like the Daily Mail.
There are 4 bullet points, and they are as follows. Number 1, Gen Z sees the thumbs up emoji as rude or passive-aggressive, they say.
Oh, I can see that. It is kind of a bleep you.
The emoji is commonly used in casual and professional conversation.
Professional?
I guess.
Who uses that? If you're using that in a professional conversation, can you not?
People aged 35 and over are more likely to use the symbol, but it is alienating.
Oh, it's alienating.
Other emojis only used by, quote, old people include crying, laughing, and the heart.
Okay, I use those daily.
So Gen Z is feeling as though the thumbs up emoji is passive aggressive and is upset that Gen X is using it.
Well, I think we continue to use it.
I'm going to thumbs up harder.
I'm going to cry face harder. It does feel like I know when I'm using those emojis that they're not cool. But you know what is cool? The sunglass face emoji,
The emoji that actually implies cool. That's
which
cool.
means it's so not cool. I still like it.
The top 10 emojis that make you look old. Thumbs up, 24%. Red love heart, 22%. Okay
See,
hand.
that's why I go with the black heart. Okay. Keep going.
The tick, 17%. Like, I'm assuming they mean like check mark rather than
Oh, I was like, I
like
didn't know there was
deer tick.
like a deer tick. I love the deer tick emoji.
Yeah,
That's my most used emoji.
I send Lyme disease through texts. The poo emoji, 17%. Loudly crying face, 16%. Monkey eye cover, 15%. Clapping hands, 10%. Lipstick kiss mark, 10%. And grimacing face, 9%. Those are the ones that make you
Okay.
look old, and the percentage of people who said that they make you look old.
I'm glad eggplant isn't on there. Hey. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Okay. Well, I'm still going to use all those.
But I'm like, wait, what? I can't use a thumbs up?
I know. Just not when you're texting Gen Z, but do you ever text a Gen Z person? No, right?
I don't even talk to them.
Like as a rule?
As a like, what are those ages? What are the ages of Gen Z?
20, like 25 and under, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, not an under, but 25 to whatever. I think I only text.
Aren't they easily offended? I mean,
Yeah, I
it
think
feels like
so.
the fact that I would send a thumbs up would be like, I'm so offended by the fact that you thumbs up it.
I like that they're like, it's alienating.
Yeah.
Like, what?
By definition, not.
Yeah.
It's by definition agreement.
I think it is. I can see how it could be passive aggressive. I don't think it's alienating, but I could see like if I'm like, "Hey, do you want to go here and do this?" and someone just sends a thumbs up, I'd be like, "Huh, that seems like you don't want to do it, but you don't want to tell me."
Do you follow
Which I hate.
Boston Be a Man on Instagram?
No.
It's they have a Be a Man sort of theme motif that they follow, and they say, if you drop an ice cube, don't pick it up, kick it under the fridge, be a man, something like that. But one of them was, if your girlfriend sends you a really long text explaining her feelings and, sort of laying it all out, just respond, K.
That's so funny. That's so you. That's so something you would do.
Okay, thumbs up.
Okay. Okay, well, my wait what? I was scrolling it and now this on Instagram shared this that an old pair of Levi jeans from the 1800s was just auctioned off for $76,000 in New Mexico. So someone bought this pair of Levi jeans.
I can't see it. It's too blurry. Hold on, I have to look at it with one eye.
They're very well worn in. Levi's do make the best jeans. But they bought them for $76,000, so that makes them one of the most expensive pairs of jeans to be sold. Like, what's the more expensive? The jeans are in good wearable condition and are from the gold rush era. Like, how crazy is that they're still wearable?
Is that the wait what part? Because it just seems like a kind of a feel good story. I don't have a wait what.
No, wait, what? A pair of jeans was sold for $76,000?
You'd pay
Is it
that
because they're like
for jeans. You'd pay that for jeans. Be honest.
I have.
You have paid $76,000 for jeans?
That is insane. I have paid $75,000 for jeans.
You draw the line.
No,
the line
it does.
Is drawn.
It does make me feel better about keeping my old jeans and that they can become relics, and then maybe I could sell them in like 100 years.
I don't think it works that way.
Okay. Well, I thought this was a wait what, because that's pretty crazy.
Would you wear those?
No, they look too big. I don't. I wouldn't wear them.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying if you bought a pair of jeans from the 1800s and they were $76,000, would you wear them, assuming they fit?
No, I think that I would frame them. I think that the coolest thing is that they're from the gold rush era. That sounds cool. So I would just frame them in like a cool shadow box frame or something and then hang them up.
You don't like the idea of wearing them? Isn't that what that's what they like? Why just put it in a bushel basket?
What's a bushel basket? I'm not going to put it in like is that like an apple basket?
I think it's a saying. Don't hide it in a bushel basket.
No, I would display it.
Oh, you would display it.
Yeah, I just said I would frame it like art.
Yeah, like in your room, right? Like you're not displaying it like as a traveling jeans display for others to see and enjoy.
I would go on tour with the jeans as a traveling jeans display. That
seems appropriate. Honestly, that seems appropriate.
No, it does, because if you look at them like art, like they're this relic, then it kind of makes sense to people spend $76,000 on a piece of art. But like you're not going to wear the jeans and then you're going to be like, shit, I got ketchup on them today. Like you're not going to. No, I would frame them.
Like in Brewster's Millions when he buys that really expensive stamp and then mails it. Like the most rare stamp in the world, and then he puts it on an envelope.
Is that Richard Pryor?
Yeah, remember that from that's from the 80s, so it doesn't qualify for fiber nostalgia. But he inherits like millions and millions, but in order to get the full amount, he has to spend like X number of $1 million in 30 days without showing anything, any assets. And it just shows this like over the top spending, which is actually kind of a good parable for the 1980s and conspicuous consumption. But one of the things he does is he buys a stamp and mails it. But that's like funny. He buys $1 million stamp and puts it on a letter.
That's funny. Okay, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I can go first because I don't want to forget what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
I was Googling polling data and I wrote in First Ascent podcast, which is my other podcast.
I like how in our reviews, people are asking people to go follow you. Did you write that review? Okay. Also follow me at My Kind of Sweet and the Sober Mom Life.
I mean, let's be honest here. You have enough followers. I think some of your followers should leave your Instagram and come to me.
Like unfollow me?
Yeah.
Not just follow you in addition, but unfollow me.
It's a zero-sum game, Suzanne.
I guess.
Well, I wanted to talk about what we're doing is we're shining a light on different Senate races that are happening in the country right now.
Yeah.
And last week, if you didn't listen, go back and listen. We talked about Herschel Walker and his paying for abortions, despite the fact that he's staunchly anti-abortion, and how that's hurting him. And it turns out in the time since we recorded, another story came out that he tried to pay for another abortion. So,
really?
And I think the same woman.
He tried to pay for another one and she had the baby, or
I don't know. And I don't want to.
I know that his son came out against him too, right?
That's a dumpster fire. That whole his campaign is not doing well.
Yeah.
He's -4 right now in the 538 polling average. But what I wanted to talk about is the Wisconsin Senate race.
Okay.
This is Ron Johnson, also known as Jon Ronson.
Jon Ronson. Dead in the eyes.
He is.
He is.
Incumbent Republican senator from Wisconsin running against Mandela Barnes. And he's the challenger. And he's not doing so great. It's not looking so great for Mandela Barnes.
Really?
Yeah. The polling average is pretty stable. In fact, Johnson's opening up a bit of a lead. It's about 3 points, 2.9 points. And there's a lot of hand wringing. And that's what Democrats do. That's what we do really well is we wring our hands.
Yeah.
Do you know what hand wringing is?
Yes, I know it. Like the bells in church.
No.
I know. I'm kidding.
It's like
Yes, it's like this.
No. It's like when we went in church, like the bell team.
Yeah, do you remember? I was kidding. But yes, do you remember those? And then they had to work. They
They had the white gloves,
the white gloves.
the little
And they were always
they were
like,
hand.
yeah, they were handbells and they were always like a beat behind or something. Like they would like do it. They would like ring it and then you wouldn't hear it for a little. And they were like, bong, bong, bong.
And they were so earnest with the like, and all they had
I
to do is just like
know.
ring a bell at a certain
I
time.
know. And they were like, and they were like 20 of Okay, no. Yes, I know what hand wringing is.
Okay, it's not that.
It's not that, but it should be. The Democrats should just get those little bells, put their little white gloves on,
Yeah.
and do something a little bit more productive.
Well, there's an article in Politico which we're going to link in the show notes, and also an article in the New York Times about which we'll also link in the show notes if Suzanne gets the emails I sent her, which she doesn't always. I don't.
No,
Yeah,
didn't get it.
I guess that Mandela Barnes is getting hammered on crime and Democrats being soft on crime, and it's really moving the needle. It's really working. He is getting tied to some of the the extravagances of the Democratic Party, most notably the rise in crime in California and how the very progressive uh, view toward the judicial system and policing and everything has led to an increase in crime, especially in California, and he's being tied to that. There's a picture of him somewhere, which I saw somewhere in the reaches of the internet, with him wearing or holding up an Abolish ICE T-shirt. So he's, I don't think he really ascribes to that, but they're really tagging him with it and it's working. And I want to read a tweet by Mike Murphy, who's a political strategist who I really respect. He's a right-leaning strategist, but he's definitely anti-Trumper, and he's smart. He's been around politics forever. And his tweet was, Wisconsin Dems nominated their weakest general election candidate, and now they're losing in a tough midterm year. Shocker. In other news, in other news, dog bites cat.
Yeah.
What
why was he our choice?
Let me finish the tweet.
Sorry.
In other news, dog bites cat. What is amazing is how fast Democrats start to pearl clutch and complain. In the GOP, the rule is regroup, counterattack.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
I think why was he our choice? Like, didn't we have anybody else? Why did we choose the wrong people?
Because we vote with our hearts. I mean, we vote for this idea of what can be rather than what can win.
So we're too idealistic?
I think so. And he's not turning out to be a good general election candidate. There's a long history of racist campaigns in Wisconsin, and Barnes is African American, and a lot of the soft on crime stuff is actually code for he's African American, and that's horrible and it's not good, but unfortunately in a place like Wisconsin it sometimes works.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, it's horrible. It's not good, but it's also Wisconsin.
Right. And I don't want to be misunderstood in any way here, but what would happen if we ran a white male whose name was Bill? You know, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I wonder if that would be a better race. And the question I have is, should we do that, or should
I
we
know it's,
concern ourselves with the results of what's happening here rather
well, it sounds
than
like, yeah.
regroup and counterattack, as Mike Murphy would be saying.
Well, it sounds like as a party, then we're too progressive for places like Wisconsin. But then it's like, do we want to make ourselves not as progressive? Is that the answer? Or are the Democrats too progressive? But I don't know.
I mean, look no further than the reaction to Joe Manchin.
Joe Manchin. Go back to Joe Manchin.
He's
Why
a
don't
very conservative Democrat.
You know what you can do? You can
go
just
back to Joe
go
Manchin.
to hell back to Joe Manchin.
Doesn't he live on a houseboat, not a mansion?
Does he?
Yeah.
Well, that is ironic. So,
well, there's a lot of hand wringing about Joe Manchin because he doesn't really support a lot of the progressive ideas and plans in the Senate. But what other Democrat's going to win in West Virginia?
And Kristen Sinema too, right?
Yeah, Kristen Sinema in Arizona.
Arizona.
These are people who reflect their constituents. And, you know, if you can't run an AOC candidate in West Virginia, you just can't.
Yeah.
Do the best you can. You're going to get Joe Manchin. Joe Manchin.
Joe Manchin. So you can't hear that name now without thinking Joe Manchin. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know because then you look at someone in like Barack
Shocking.
Obama won. You know? And so that was such a like you wouldn't think that Obama by this standard Obama shouldn't have won.
Look at the primary though against Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
And then he ran against John McCain, and there's the financial crisis. There were all sort of extenuating circumstances.
Yeah, everything aligned.
And that's a national race. You know, we're talking about statewide races, and
yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Crime is definitely the Republicans' talking point, right?
right now, absolutely. Well, kind of always.
Yeah.
But it's code. Crime is code.
Yes.
Whether it should be or not. A lot of the the Republican playbook is to talk about race by way of crime. That's what the Willie Horton ad was back in the back against Dukakis. So one of the most famous political ads ever. Where
is that when he lit a cigarette or something?
No.
Oh, what was that one?
That was Herman Cain.
Oh yeah, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Herman Cain. His campaign, Herman Cain's campaign manager was talking about how it was like a super close up, and he was talking about how Herman Cain's campaign was unlike any other. And like right at the end, he lights a cigarette and like smokes a cigarette and kind of blows smoke into the camera. And then there's this like
weird,
creepy smiling Herman Cain image at the
like
end.
Like really tight shot.
like so uncomfortably tight shot.
Yeah. So weird. So what's the
Willie Horton ad?
Or yeah.
Willie Horton was a prisoner who was out on work release, I think in Massachusetts, which was Dukakis's. He was the governor of Massachusetts, and they let Willie Horton out, and I guess Willie Horton committed some heinous crime. I don't remember exactly what the crime was, but the Bush campaign showed images of African-American Willie Horton and said, Dukakis is weak on crime. He wants to let criminals out of jail, and he lost. He lost hugely because it was a scare tactic. It was using race. Yeah. It was a dog whistle, right? Is what they call it, and it's been the playbook at least since the 80s, if not longer.
And I mean, that's just something that Trump like captured on immediately. He was like the king of the dog whistle.
Yeah, it wasn't even a dog whistle. It was like a foghorn.
Yeah. A dog horn.
So
Yeah.
each of these Senate races has its own little mini drama. And I think what's interesting about the Wisconsin race is, how is Barnes going to do? Is he going to beat expectations, or does this crime stuff / race stuff really work for the Republicans?
Yeah.
And what are the Democrats going to do about it if it does?
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. November 8th, we got to figure out what we're going to do. You guys, we're something. Maybe we'll do something on Wednesday afterward rather than you guys watching us watch the returns. I know that would be
riveting. Do a live show like the morning after.
Yeah, maybe
like morning Jay and Suzanne.
Yeah. Yeah, stay tuned.
This is just a fly-by-night, seat of the pants
That's
production.
Right. No plans. No planning goes into this podcast. Okay, so are you like watching the January 6th hearings or anything?
I mean, like, wake me up when there's an indictment. Seriously.
Okay, so that's why we're not talking about those. Mom texted me this morning and she said, "Good morning. I have yoga and then the January 6th hearings." And I'm like, it sounds like she's like involved.
Like she's there.
Yeah, like she's either there,
reporter.
like
she's the court stenographer.
She is. She's like reporting for duty. She's
and her duty is to sit and watch MSNBC all day.
Yeah. Yep. And get all in a kerfuffle. Okay. What do you know about Kanye West and his drama lately?
Yay?
Yeah. Yay.
Is it ye or yay?
Well, it's Yay. He changed his name.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Let's just call him Kanye. What have you heard?
I heard that unfortunately he has mental health issues.
Yeah, he's bipolar, which I think he's shared before. So in the Forbes article that came out October 12th, in the afternoon of October 12th, says Kanye's troubles deepen. So he's in the last week, before we get into the new troubles. So in the last week, he wore at his Yeezy fashion show last week he appeared with Candace Owens wearing a White Lives Matter sweatshirt, and she wore one too. And he had his Instagram account restricted when he posted a screenshot of his conversation with Puff Daddy, in which he accused him of being controlled by Jewish people. And then on Twitter, he tweeted that he was going to go, quote, DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. And then he was suspended on Twitter. And then on Thursday, he gave an interview with Tucker Carlson on Fox News. And you guys, this is how much I prepared. I watched that interview with Tucker and Ye. I know. And it was cut into like 5 parts on YouTube. It was cut into 5 parts on YouTube. So then I kept having to like listen to Tucker promote his show. Ugh. Anyway.
Is that like one of those clickstables?
What?
The list.
Cliff Huxtable?
No, that's a different thing. The list that you have to click through where you're like, oh, the 7 nicest places to live in the United States.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
oh my God.
Page 1,
I
whatever.
know. It's like
and then
the history of the United States.
in 7 things.
Yeah. No. Like a slideshow? No.
But then you go to each page and like each one is a click then
that's what I read this morning about Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez are already having trouble in their marriage, and it went through all of their dating histories before I finally got the dirt that Jen is just pissed that Ben smokes and doesn't clean up after himself. And I was like, well, Duh. Okay, so
They're having trouble.
they
I'm
are.
so if they can't make it, who can?
I know.
Seriously.
Seriously. Um, yeah, so I mean, I watched that interview and Tucker's like, everyone's just saying that he's crazy and you're going to have to see for yourself in this interview. And it's like, is he spouting, like, does he seem crazy when he's talking? No, he can string sentences together, but the shit that he's saying sounds crazy. It just sounds like a lot of conspiracies. It sounds like a lot of the media's controlling everything Jewish people, like this whole idea that Jewish people control the media and celebrities entertainment. Like that's a very um old conspiracy theory, and it's very simple to spread. Like it's a simple idea that people can latch onto. Um yeah, I don't know. So he said that Planned Parenthood founder Margaret Sanger worked with the KKK to control the Jew population. Like that's what I know. It sounds like I need to like take a shower after talking about this because it all sounds so gross and horrible, and he's unhinged. I don't know if he's like crazy, but he's unhinged.
Yeah.
Do you want to
uh,
hear the new drama then?
Well, I just have a thought that,
Okay.
I mean, back in the day, people had mental health issues, but they didn't have the platform. I think he clearly, I hope he gets the help that he needs, but this idea that we all have a platform and that we're all just putting it all out there all the time,
Yeah.
it starts to feel uncomfortable after a while.
Okay, but also there are like millions of people in this country who have mental health issues,
Who
but
don't
they
have that
don't.
platform.
Right. But even people who do have mental health issues with that platform still don't threaten Jewish people. Like there's something else going on. Like it feels, yeah, it feels very unhinged. It feels unsafe, unhealthy, unhinged. And so now an ex TMZ staffer is talking about, so there was an infamous 2018 rant at TMZ's office when West was there, Kanye West was there, and he said 400 years of slavery, quote, sounds like a choice. And he also said that he loved Hitler and Nazis. So this TMZ staffer is saying that Kanye West said this in 2018 and the remarks were edited out.
That's
I mean,
it's not
like
good.
what,
It's
yeah,
not
when
good.
is he going to be canceled? Like I know I don't like cancel culture, but there's something to be said about doing something that's just horrendous and horrific and saying something and inciting violence and spreading these horrible thoughts and conspiracy theories that it's just you become too dangerous. And it feels like that's what's happening.
He is sort of getting canceled, right? He's restricted from Instagram. He's I wouldn't
He
I wouldn't bet that there are any like brands that are standing behind him. I mean,
Well, he also so he collaborates with Adidas, and there was a report that came out maybe yesterday or a couple days ago that said he showed at the Adidas board meeting, he showed them a pornographic movie.
jeez.
I mean, it just sounds like, well, Tucker Carlson is giving him a platform, so he's not completely canceled. Um,
Well,
you
right.
know,
So there's the cancel culture, and then there's the backlash to the cancel culture,
right,
which I
which is like
wonder.
free speech, free media. Yeah,
Yeah, I wonder if saying, well, they're going to cancel me if I say this, so I'm going to say it anyway, and look how brave I am. Like there is a backlash to that. So there's the anti-cancel culture movement, which is I think what Tucker and his,
yeah,
watchers and listeners are interested in. So I mean, and that's one of the problems with these sort of extreme movements is that there's then the pendulum swings the other direction just as far.
Yeah, and there's a difference between canceling someone because they had a racist tweet in 2015, and like really looking into someone who is continually spreading offensive, racist, hateful speech. Like I don't know.
Well,
And then
I think where
yeah.
cancel culture gets bad is the lack of grace and forgiveness.
Yeah.
After somebody, screws up, makes a mistake. I mean, I think we should live in a society where people can move on from that.
Yeah.
If they understand, if it's a learning experience and but it doesn't seem like there's self-awareness here or any, there's no mea culpa. There's,
No. Oh, there's not even an attempt. He said that
so
he
that's
will
different
run.
than canceling. That's
Yeah.
like, you're just being shitty.
Yeah, you're like trying to lead a cause. Like he said that he will run for president. Like he's full on MAGA. Like he's 100% supports Donald Trump, thinks that he just wanted what was best for the country.
Does he work for the Ron Johnson campaign in Wisconsin?
I don't know, maybe, but I don't know. There's this, Britney Spears, who we've talked about before. I saw someone tweet and it was like, hold on. So Britney Spears was in a conservatorship for, how many years? And Kanye West isn't in one. Like, it seems like, yeah, the women are easy to silence, or at least she was. And then you have someone like Kanye West who is not.
Are you advocating his silencing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Noted.
Noted. Yes. I mean, he's not just spreading his opinion. He's spreading this and inciting. I think anyone who incites violence, should shut the hell up.
I hope he gets the help he needs. And he's clearly in some sort of situation, right?
Yeah.
What I know about bipolar is that there are two polars.
Yeah. There are bifurcated polars, but I think
bifurcated polars.
There are a lot of bipolar people who don't do this.
Yeah, I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to understand it.
I don't think we can.
Okay.
Noted.
Also noted.
I'm just glad Kim got out.
They're not together anymore?
No, they're divorced. Remember, she was with Pete Davidson. Do you listen to this podcast?
I haven't rated and reviewed it yet, so I'm sort of holding off.
I think you have rated and reviewed it. I think you told everyone to go follow you.
Under a pseudonym.
Yeah. Okay, well, maybe we'll have Mom come on here and tell us about the January 6th committee and hearings. Yeah,
I don't really...
Since you've obviously lost interest.
It's just, it's so performative, and nothing has happened, and I just feel like Lucy in the football, where we just keep pulling the football away. Like, we think he's going to get indicted, we think he's going to get charged with something, and it never happens. You don't think we're getting closer? I don't know. Like I said, wake me up when there's an indictment.
You're going to sleep until then? Are you going to hibernate?
I will. I'd like to thank Chris, my friend Chris, for encouraging people to follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and any other social media platform where you might find me. Please follow me.
Yelp. You're big on Yelp.
I am big on Yelp. What is it? Angie's List?
Yeah, you're big on Angie's List.
Is that where you can like find a plumber?
Yeah.
And I can fix a boat.
Thumbtack?
Thumbtack. Never heard of it.
Okay, well, that was a good one. Thanks, guys. Thanks for
Everyone's
listening. Come
a good
and follow
one. They
us.
just keep getting better. they just keep getting better and better. Just when we thought we couldn't do anything dumber, we go ahead and totally redeem ourselves.
That's right. That's right. Okay, well, you did a great job cradling this podcast like a baby.
I wore this podcast in a baby Bjorn on my chest.
Good job.
This podcast drooled on my shoulder.
You changed this podcast little diaper.
Yeah.
And you put it in a nice little onesie.
I swaddled this podcast and put it in the baby Bjorn.
Yeah, you did. Good job.
All right, good luck with
Moo.
your voice. Love Moo. Bye.
Thanks.